Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk show is supported by PTU Clinic. Visit ptuclinic.com. Adria's Restaurant and Banquet Facility of East Bridgewater. For more information, their website is adriasrestaurant.net. And the Boston Athletic Academy at bostonathleticacademy.org.
You okay, Casey?
Yep, I'm good.
Here we go. We're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station. Can everyone hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so 1320 AM WALA and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. I'm Catherine Conley, aka Casey, aka John Cena, and alongside Justin Ferrer, aka the Sportsmaster, and Lucy Cabral, aka the Paparazzi. So what we have in studio is head coach Mike Silva of the East Bridgewater
Bill.
Vikings soccer team. So ladies, you want to introduce yourselves?
Oh, actually, it's Bill.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bill?
Spill.
Yep.
Oh.
Sorry about that. That's okay. Welcome. I apologize for being late. I mean,
Yeah, what did I
coming from Rhode Island, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's crazy out there.
Hi, I'm Abby Barry. Hi, I'm Erin Condon. I'm Chloe Lang.
I'm Sophie Bradbury.
Nice to meet you. everyone.
So, how is everybody? Is this exciting? Is this exciting? I mean, you guys look great. All right, Coach. How's your season going?
Great so far. I just actually joined the girls about 3 weeks ago or so, just to get help off the end of the season. We had some coaching changes, and we've had a great. The last 5 games have been great. We've gone 4-1 in the last 5 games to improve to 9-7-2, qualify for the state tournament.
Excellent.
That was our goal. We just moved up to. There's a new format now. It's a 32-team format, so we're 26 out of 32, which is a good place for us. So
you're Division
Division 3. Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Okay, ladies. Oh, I can hear you. Yes?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask this basically for all of you. Like, you guys went up against Bridgewater Raynham this past Monday. They're 12-4 in the year. What were your expectations going into that game?
I think we were the underdogs going into that game. You know, they're a Division 2 team, so, you know, we were that Division 3 team, you know, trying to challenge ourselves. It was a really great game for us to prepare for tournament, and we went down early by 2 goals, so we were kind of trucking through the mud to find our groove, but we did it, you know, with 10 minutes left. We got our first goal in, and then 2 more came after that, and it was just a really great team win, and we felt good after it, so, yeah.
Yeah, as I was asking the question, I realized my mic wasn't on, so I just turned it on. So,
Everybody on now?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I thought I heard myself.
That's okay. I love what you're wearing, by the way. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
I was carving a pumpkin before I came here, so I'm like, oh my goodness, lost track of time. And Dominic's on assignment today, so you know.
And we also
pretty
have
crazy.
We also have Joe DeVerns, who's also our other intern from Bishop B, and he couldn't come today.
Yep, he's on assignment as well.
Yeah, well, he also said he's having car trouble.
Yeah, yikes, I know what that's like.
So anyone listening, if you want to call in at 508-222-1320, if you want to ask the whole team a question, feel free to call that number. So, Coach, I wanted to ask you, can you tell us a little bit of how you started coaching soccer?
Oh, geez. It's kind of a long story, but this is my 4th different team coach. I've coached boys soccer, girls soccer, lacrosse, and softball. So 22 years teaching, and let's see, I coached softball for 8 years before I came to East Bridgewater, and then 15 years ago I took over the boys team. Did that for a dozen years, and then started a lacrosse program there as well. but by far this has been probably the most fun I've had coaching.
Oh.
I seriously mean that. Like, we had a great practice yesterday. We did a Halloween practice, and I was told I had to wear a costume to show up to practice. So I wore a costume. And we
What'd
did a
you
blast.
wear?
I was a old school, like, 80s rapper.
Oh, love it,
The,
love it.
The Adidas
I love
warm-ups
it.
on and the shoes, and we had some pretty cool themes. We had the seniors did Christmas.
Yes, we were Christmas, and most of us wore inflatable suits.
We
So
had, Aaron was Santa Claus. We had a Christmas tree. We had the gingerbread man was probably the best one.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that
you were
sounds like
actually
fun.
showing me on your phone like inflatable suits. Like, how did you guys practice in the inflatable suits? I was just curious.
It was a challenge, but we managed. But it was fun.
That's great.
Sports
Who comes
master.
up? Who comes up with these ideas?
I'm gonna give you credit for this.
Awesome. That's
She
great.
said she'd been waiting for this for her whole career. I actually want to go back to the win against BR. Actually.
Sure,
So,
go for it.
It was interesting that it was kind of a whole team win in the sense that obviously the players in the field did a great job, but the bench was just phenomenal. We had to pull a few. We had an 8th grade goalie that night because our senior starter was out, and she played a phenomenal game. Really kept.
And
us
who
in it.
is that?
Bella Moore, once again, a phenomenal keeper. But Aaron actually had the game-winning goal with 0 time
Oh,
left. I mean, it was,
no way.
it was more
Oh,
exciting
wow.
than the 3-2 score in some respects. You see a lot of 3-2 scores, you're like, it was a close game, but this was a different kind of game in a lot of ways. And having coached for so long, it's probably a top 2 or 3 win for me of all time. It just was. It was awesome. I was so happy for the girls. It was one of those really kind of gave them that confidence. I think they get kind of going forward. So.
So you're all seniors?
I'm the only senior.
You're the only senior. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So that must have been quite exciting.
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for games like this?
I'll let you guys talk about that.
Go for it.
Make sure you have the mic like close
Yeah,
to your
like
mouth.
right in front of you.
I'm not sure. I felt like we had to mentally prepare too because we already knew that we were the underdog team. But going in, we just tried to try our best and do what we had to do.
Any rituals? Any, what pumps you up?
Yeah, they have a couple rituals.
Yeah? Let's hear them.
Before the game, we all line up by number in a huddle, and we just kind of go over what we need to do to win and what we need to do to play together as a team.
So there's a strategy there.
But
Excellent.
the national anthem, there's something happens there too, right?
National anthem?
Oh.
We usually try to harmonize
Oh, that's
before every
cool.
game. So
That's awesome. How does it come out?
not good. Chorus, so we're not really great singers, but it's one of those things kind of like helps the nerves go away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I I do a lot of video recording, and so I did a lot of the games over at Bristol Community College. And before those games, basketball, even the soccer games over there, I'd sing the national anthem for them. And it's nerve-wracking, number one, but you're right. It gets the jitters out, and you can focus after that. So it also brings, a sense of pride. You're playing, not only for yourself, but for your team and for the country. So it's pretty cool. That's great. That sounds like a lot of fun. So Coach, how do you prepare the girls for,
I kind of let them do their own thing. To be
Really?
honest. Yeah, I
Really?
find it's once again I'm new with these girls. It's only been 3 or 4 weeks we've been with them.
Yep.
And Coach Jen Diaz, who has also kind of stepped in to help out, is you guys could probably talk about her a little bit more. She's probably one of the most positive people I've ever been around. I mean, just oozes it out of every pore of her body, and so she's kind of that comic relief sometimes when things aren't going well. But it's I think you just have to take they have this ritual with pencils as well too, which we could probably talk about. But I've always been you take one game at a time, one play at a time, one possession of the ball at a time, and if it doesn't go well, then you try again, and you don't give up. And I think once again I'll go back to that BR game. I mean, it was probably the toughest of the 5 games we've had at the end of the season. and having lost to them 2-0 the first time around, I mean, it really could have easily went the other way if they hadn't really kind of stuck together and really worked hard. So, so no, just kind of let them do their thing. You know, if they need something, they know where I am, and it's but it's all about them.
Great. So Jen Souza. Who's Jen Souza?
Jen Diaz.
Jen
Jen
Diaz,
is
sorry.
she is a history teacher at the junior high. She's an 8th grade history teacher. Former East Bridgewater soccer player herself. She
Really?
Back in the 90s. Played college at Bridgewater State, and head coach for a long time. Gave it up for a few years, and hopefully we can get her to come back and be the full-time person next year. I hope she's listening somewhere.
Jen, if you're out there. Great. And you talked about, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway,
It's all right.
questions?
All right, I'll go next. My first question for everybody is, what do you see yourself accomplishing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna go off to school next year and work hard and hopefully earn a degree. I'm gonna study psych, so I'm super excited about that.
And where?
I don't know yet,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna stay close to home, so somewhere in New England.
Yep.
And just earn my degree and get out and find a nice job and go by that.
Do you have any choices of colleges that you like?
No choice right now. I'm staying in the Boston area or Connecticut. So just somewhere really close to home, but nothing certain. I'm kind of still super undecided, so. Any, where do you guys see yourselves?
Yeah.
I've been touring a few colleges, but I'm not really sure. I'm looking to go to school. I don't know what for yet, but just looking to kind of the same thing. I don't know if I'm going to play in college yet, maybe like a little club or something like that, but yeah, I'm not sure yet.
I haven't thought about that quite too much, but I definitely want to be a teacher. Probably math or English. I haven't really thought about college yet, but I would probably play in a club league.
Nice.
I haven't really thought much about college or where I want to go yet, but I know that I want to play basketball in college because basketball is sort of my main thing. But I might play club soccer if I get the chance. But
And where is club soccer in East
um,
Bridgewater? Is it,
it's just like club teams for college.
Okay.
Sort of. So.
okay, so it's sort of like AAU or?
A lot of colleges have, instead of having like varsity programs,
Yep.
let's say you wanted to go to UMass Amherst, let's say, and play soccer. You might not have the time to put into it, but they might have a pickup game or a pickup team that you can
Oh,
play on.
okay.
That might be a co-ed or guys and
Nice.
girls or guys. So
Nice.
me, I'll be retired in 10 years. That's my
Yeah, so we're going to take our first break. So when we come back, we'll continue talking with the East Bridgewater girls soccer team right after this.
Hello, this is Manny Del Carmen from the 2007 World Series champion Boston Red Sox.
World champs again.
A sports analyst for Nesson. Along with my best friend Jose Diaz, we grew up in the city of Boston, a city that we truly love. Jose and I have always talked about giving back to the youth within our city. Therefore, we created the Boston Athletic Academy to move our passion to action. Our goal is to develop future student athletes of Boston by providing a safe location to offer educational and athletic needs. We are taking the next steps and looking forward for your support to reach our goal. Please visit the bostonathleticacademy.org for more information. Let's make a difference because success has no boundaries.
Hi, this is Megan Chase of Jack Conway Real Estate. Jack Conway has been providing top quality real estate professionalism since 1956. I take personal pride to ensure that my clients are happy with the services I provide. It is my job to make sure that you are fully involved and fully informed and have all the information to make the right real estate decisions for you and your family. Please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to be a resource for you. I can be reached at 774-240-7707 or via email at mchase@jackconway.com. I'm always happy to assist you with your real estate needs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 4D Sports. talk, we are going to continue highlighting Bill Silva and the 4 captains from East Bridgewater girls soccer. So my next question for everybody is there any sport term goals to accomplish within a few months or your upcoming years?
For this season, it would be nice to make some noise in tournament. We've kind of really just found our groove, so we're super excited to get in and, kind of have a big upset. Long term, for me, I'm looking to play in school next year, so I'm hoping to play either Division 2 or Division 3. So at this point, just finding the school that works for me and then seeing if soccer works out. But that's pretty much my sports goals going forward.
Ladies?
I also would like to see us go farther in tourney because past couple years we have only made it early in the tournament. So I would like to see us go farther, and for the upcoming years, I would just like to play in college.
Great.
Kind of the same thing as Soph. I'm not sure about college yet. Maybe like a club league, like we said. And for senior year next year, I just hope we have a good year and make it to tournament again and have a fun senior year.
Your turn.
Kind of the same thing as everybody else. We have such a good team, and I'm so proud of how far we've come, and I think we can do well in these next few games.
Excellent. Coach, what do you think?
I'm right there with them. I think a couple weeks ago we set the goal of making the tournament, which we did. We had to win 3 out of 4 and won 4 out of 4, so that was a great thing. And I think we're trending in the right way. We have I think we're making strides. We're definitely hitting our groove in a lot of ways. I think Monday really helped. It was nice to have a couple days off. The storm on the south coast where we are gave us a few days out of school and a few days of practice to kind of recoup a little bit. Next week the tournament starts. We're not really sure who will play or where we'll play yet, but I think whoever it is, we'll give them a game. And I think we have all the right pieces of the puzzle to really make a good run. And with the new tournament format this year, we'll see different teams and not the same teams we see on a regular basis. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
So what are you going to do to prepare for the first game?
Well,
even though you don't know who you're playing yet.
I don't really think it matters who we play in some respects. I mean, it's really about how we play and what we do with the ball. So, we've played with a couple new formations that have seemed to work really well for us in the last 4 or 5 games. So my hope is to kind of continue working on that, scheme-wise. It's always important, individual skills, working on, first touch of the ball, vision of the field, those kind of things. I think the mental part of it's there. And the teamwork part of it's definitely there. So I think, just a few minor things to tweak. We'll go hard on Monday, hard on Tuesday, and most likely we'll have a game Thursday. So we'll take it easy on Thursday or Wednesday a little bit. But other than that, we're in a good place right now. So
it's great.
We're really in the right place right now. I think the season has the regular season ended really well for us. So hopefully we can take that momentum and go forward with that.
Sounds good. Justin, any more questions?
Yeah. This one might sound odd, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is there a weakness in what you're doing to improve when you are trying to accomplish a goal for something?
That's a good question. What do you think, girls?
I guess right now our biggest weakness is really connecting our passes. We get a few passes to each other, and then that third pass might go to someone else. So really just honing in on those basic skills of passing to feet and moving for the ball. But if we just fix up and tweak those things, we should be good to go.
Okay. Yeah.
Just our possession skills. We're really good at the beginning. Sometimes we just get a little too flustered in the moment, but I think if we just fix a few things, then we'll be good.
Okay. Talk right into the mic.
I agree too. It's definitely our third pass sometimes is not to feet, but also our throw-ins sometimes aren't on our people's feet sometimes. And we have to start moving to the ball a little bit more, but if we fix up those things, we'll be good.
Yeah, I definitely think we have to tweak our throw-ins and keeping more possession of the ball, and also we'll do really good sometimes with passing the ball, and then we'll get it down to cross it, but then no one will be there.
No.
So we just kind of have to finish those, and we'll be good.
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of teamwork going on there. A lot of communication, eye contact, back and forth. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, so I also have like another question too. So, what is your ritual like when you guys like end your practice? Because when I played field hockey in high school, my field hockey coach would make us like run laps like back and forth on the field, like hop on the end line, something like that. Is it almost like similar?
Well, every practice is different, so it kind of depends on what we're doing that day. But we always finish out practice by our little cheer, which we just say Vikings.
Hmm.
I think it's like the girls had mentioned. There are certain things we need to work on, and so it's kind of like it's almost like teaching a class. In some respects, somebody wants to be a teacher over here. You have a lesson plan, so it's okay. What did we do poorly the day before or the game before? And you work on that skill. If it's a skill, if it's a technique or a game or a vision thing with the game, you work on that, and then you take that skill and you practice it in an actual real setting. And then you obviously want to try to we try to have something fun all the time if we can. It should be work, but at the same time, it should be fun while you're there. I mean, there's no reason to be there if you're not having fun. So
Right,
that should
absolutely.
be 95% of it, and everything else will just fall into place.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Justin, anything else?
Okay. Yeah. Is there any hobbies or interests outside of sports?
Sure. So I run track. So I run the mile, and then I do a relay race, which is 4x4. So 4 people do 1 lap around the track, and they pass a baton every time. So I do that in the winter and the spring. So that's all.
I also play basketball in the winter, so this will be my final season this year. And outside of school, I do CrossFit as well, which is like an exercise type thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer is the only sport that I play. I used to play basketball, but I don't play that anymore. So during the winter and the spring, I work at a preschool, and I work with all the little kids.
Nice.
Wow.
So I play basketball too. So I play basketball in the winter for high school, and then I also play AAU in the spring and travel a little bit for it.
So how do those other sports help you play soccer?
For me, I feel it's sometimes like a good mental break. Like if I spend too much time on one sport, I feel like I might lose interest. It just becomes repetitive. So, by playing basketball in the winter, it's super helpful just to, get a different aspect and move differently. And, it's a different sport to be in shape for. Soccer's more distance running and basketball sprinting. So I think it's nice just to get that different feeling and sport in.
You feel like keeps you fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel like my transition from soccer to track is such a different fitness, the way you're in shape for. But when I'm going back to soccer after, I feel like track helps me build up my endurance so much. So I play midfield, so it's a lot of running around in the middle. So that helps me in the long run.
I think that the transition from soccer to basketball can be sometimes hard because, like Aaron said, it's endurance for long time running for soccer and then sprinting for basketball. So the first couple weeks are kind of brutal, but it gets better along the way.
Soccer is really my only sport, but sometimes I'll also go to the gym and stuff and work on fitness for the summer too, and just to be ready for soccer in the spring or the fall. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So this is my last question. I'm hoping that in the long run that I can come up with more. So, who is your favorite pro athlete? It could be any sport.
For me, it's Alex Morgan. She's a soccer player on the women's national team. I really like her because she is a scorer, which is super cool, and she's also a mom now too. So I like how she has the balance.
Mine would probably be Jaylen Brown. He plays on the Celtics. He's my favorite because he sort of like in high pressure games, he always keeps his composure and like just sort of keeps the team together.
I was also gonna say Alex Morgan. I've just always loved her since I was little, and I just love like watching her play soccer and stuff like that.
I'm not sure. I can't think off the top of my head, but I always love watching the women's and men's soccer league.
And you like always look up to them like they're all your favorite. I wanted to ask you, Justin, Lucy, do you have a favorite pro athlete in any sport?
Favorite pro athlete? That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's kind of tough because it's like all the people that I love that played on the Red Sox don't play for them anymore.
I know, right?
I
That
know,
goes
I
the
know
same
that
for
feeling.
football, too.
Yeah, that's the same for me. Yeah, now that Tom Brady's no longer on the Patriots
Oh,
anymore.
I know that feeling. What about you, Coach?
I'll be honest, it's a really tough call. Being a Boston sports fan, obviously, for 48 years, I could go back to Bruins of the 70s.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Patriots, or Pedro Martinez. Or, I don't know. I'm a huge Revs fan. If you've never gone to a game, it's an awesome game to take in. It's just so different than watching anything else. So. And they're having a great season this year, so it's kind of interesting to see what happens with them. And I think they had the best record of all time this year since Major League Soccer's been out there. So, yeah, pretty much anything. I like it all. So
That's great. It's inspirational.
Question for the girls.
Go.
If that's okay.
Yeah, go
So
for
what
it.
is our goal the rest of the way?
Don't
Goal
put you
the
the rest
spot.
of the way.
I honestly feel like we have to take it one game at a time, but I hope we can make it as far as we possibly can. Hopefully, win it all if we can.
My biggest goal is to enjoy the rest of my senior season. It has been like a crazy season, but also definitely like one of my favorites. And the rest of the way is just really enjoying it with the team. If we lose first round or go all the way, like, yes, of course, we want to go. We want to win a state championship, but really just enjoying it and making the memories with my team. Like, that's like the main goal.
Yeah, I would just say having fun for the rest of the season. Like, we obviously want to get far in our tournament, but we have a great team. We have a lot of young kids on the team, and I think we're going to miss our seniors next year, but I think next year is going to be a really good team as well.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to get far in the tournament, but we want to just have fun while we're doing it and just sort of like whatever happens, happens.
Do you want to talk about the pencils? Because that kind of
I want to hear that story about the
A little
pencils.
inspiring.
Yes, so this came up my freshman year, and we had like a whole stack of pencils, and the metaphor is like you can't break them all at once, and each pencil is a game, so you have to go game by game and break one at a time to reach the final goal of breaking all of them.
Like that.
And we've kind of carried that through my 4 years, and it's just something like, it's special. Like when we finish a game and like a player gets a pencil, and it's for all different reasons. Like maybe they were the best player today, or they just worked hard, or they weren't having a great day, so they made it through the game, or they just had like a good, like it was there, like everyone knows like, oh, they deserve the pencil. So it's really just something like mentally too, like, oh, like 4 pencils to go, like we only have this many games left, we want to break every pencil. So that's kind of the meaning behind that.
Love that. So that was handed down in your freshman year?
Yeah, that kind of started out my freshman year,
Oh.
and we've kind of carried it through my 4 years.
Just out of curiosity, what happens if you guys don't break every single pencil in the season?
Well, we only break pencils when we win, so the goal is to break all of them, but if we don't, then we just readjust, and then we end up putting the number of pencils in a bag that takes to win a state championship, and we hope we end up breaking all of them.
Yeah, so we're gonna take our second break. So you're listening to WARA 1320 AM 4 Deep Sports Talk. If you want to call in and ask the team any questions, it's 508-222-1320. We will be right back with more with the East Bridgewater Vikings right after this.
Welcome to Physical Therapy U. I'm Kelly Duggan, Doctor of Physical Therapy and the owner of PTU Clinic. Here at PTU, you're more than a patient and we're more than physical therapy. We offer massage, physical therapy, occupational therapy, personal training and sport-specific performance training. We treat people and athletes of all ages and all levels of experience. Our beautiful 4,500 square foot facility located at 75 Scotland Boulevard in Bridgewater, Mass. is unlike any clinic you've seen. Our large space, along with our new COVID guidelines, allow us to treat you in the safest way. Your success in meeting your goals is our top priority. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or you're elevating your performance, we are the right clinic for you. Call us at 508-697-2000 or email us at ptuclinic@gmail.com. Check out our website at www.ptuclinic.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the new station, 1320 AM WARA. Before we continue on with the East Bridgewater Vikings girls soccer team, Justin, aka the Sportsmaster, and myself will be reading the scores from Friday night. So with that being said, here is Justin Ferrer, aka the Sportsmaster.
All right, here we go. So in field hockey, in Bay State, Central Catholic 4, Natick 2, Walpole 4, Brookline 0, in Capes and Islands, Sandwich 3, Plymouth North 0, Falmouth 1, Hingham 0, in Hockomock, Norwell 1, Sharon 0, Franklin 11, Milford 0. King Philip and Attleboro both 0. Taunton 2, Mansfield 1. Sandwich 3, Plymouth North 0 in Patriot. Falmouth 1, Hingham 0. Situate 6, Williamson 2. Hanover 4, Duxbury 1. In South Coast, Apponequet 3, Bourne 1. Diane Rehoboth 2, Seekonk 0, Somerset Wrigley 3, Case 1. Moving on to football, and we got in Bay State, Natick 42, Middletown 27, Framingham 27, Needham 14, Walpole 35, Newton North 12, Wesley 24, Braintree 13, Weymouth 28, Brookline 0, in Hockomock, Canton 38, Blue Hills 6, Foxborough 42, All Variants 13, Attleboro 10, Taunton 3, Franklin 13, Milford 3, King Philip 24, Mansfield 6, in Mayflower, Carter 38, Blue Hills 6, Hull 42, Holbrook Oven 28, Case 36, Old Colony 22, Diamond 21, Bristol 20, in Merrimack Valley, Medthorn 23, North Avondale 19, Avondale 20, Hawkesbury 13, Billerica 23, Havenhill 6, Chelmsford 28, Lawrence 14, Lowell 56, Drawcut 36. And now moving on to the boys soccer. In Bay State, Braintree and Natick are tied 1-1. Martha's Vineyard versus Understable has been postponed in Capes and Islands. Plymouth North 3, Sandwich 1, Sturgis West 1, Sturgis East 0, Falmouth 4, Dennis Yarmouth 1, Rising Tide Carter 3, Cape Cod Academy 0, Monomoy 3, Cape Cod Tech 0. And moving on to girls soccer, in Bay State, Wesley 3, Walpole 1, Hockermark 4 p.m. Madeline Catholic versus Milford. Hingham 3, King Philip 0, Sharon 4, Staunton 1, Oliver Ames 4, and North Attleboro 1.
Excellent. Thank you, Sportsmaster. It looks like we have a call. Hopefully we didn't lose him. There you
no,
go.
it's still ringing.
So who do we have?
Yeah, hey, hello, caller. You are first to. Is it ringing still? Oh. Hello, caller. You're first to be on the show. Who am I speaking with?
This is Jenna.
Jenna? Jenna Davis?
No.
No, sorry. Hi, Jenna. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your question?
I was just wondering how the soccer program's going.
How's the soccer program going? What do you think, girls?
I feel like I'm going to let Aaron answer this.
It is going great. It has really been kind of a crazy season, but one of my favorites as well. We've won a bunch of games, had a bunch of close games too, and the teams got super close this year. We've had a few team dinners, and we carved pumpkins last week too.
Oh.
So we just had a really great season so far.
Jenny, you got another question?
That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you do a winner for the pumpkin carving contest?
Do you do a winner for like a pumpkin carving contest?
We did not do a contest. We just did them for fun, and we did them like our Viking sports parents, who is like an athletic group. We gave them to them for a pumpkin walk in our town.
Oh, that's great. Another great idea.
Oh. Well, that sounds great. Good luck for the rest of the season, girls.
Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah, thanks for the call. And have a good day.
Excellent. Excellent. Did you know who that was?
That was my sister.
Oh. Oh, wow.
She sounded a little bit like you, so I thought,
Oh, we got
Another call.
We got another call.
Excellent.
Oh, wow. Hello, caller. You are next to appear on the show. Who am I speaking with?
Speaking to Louie.
Louie. Okay, Louie, you got a question for the girls?
Yeah, I sure do.
Oh, hey, Louie. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So you got a question?
Yep. How has the COVID situation affected the team?
Good question. Did you get to hear it? Okay.
I think this year has been kind of business as usual for the most part. No rule changes, nothing like that. We haven't lost any games due to COVID. We've had no infections, that kind of thing. We've done a really nice job.
Playing other teams,
No, it's
nothing to
not an issue.
reschedule.
We had one team we couldn't play, but it was a numbers thing. It didn't have to do with COVID or anything like that. But if you girls want to talk about maybe the differences last year, because last year was a totally different animal, right, than this year.
Well, yeah, last year the rules were sort of tweaked a little bit because of COVID. Like, throw-ins were kick-ins, and like we couldn't head the ball, and it was like they made multiple rules due to things like that. So,
Like cleaning the ball, like no
yeah, I think it
contact
was
with
just
other
like,
players.
So there was less contact on
Yeah.
the ball.
We also had to play in masks last season.
Oh,
If you
that's
want to-
right.
So that was a big adjustment too. Just breathing was so different, but it was an adjustment. But we managed.
And so how do you do that? I mean, I know there are teams out there that are still playing, with masks. How do you adjust to that? Good grief.
Honestly, it was hard because your mask would get like sweaty and
Sure.
stuff from everything. And sometimes the refs, if it would go like below your nose, they'd tell you to put it above the nose and stuff. So it was just hard to get used to like breathing with your mask on. But it honestly wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Sounds like when people have to wear glasses and your glasses fog up and
Oh,
how
yeah.
do you do that? Right, Casey?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great question, Lou. Thank you. Anything else? Oh, is he still there?
Louis?
No, he'd probably hang up.
Louis?
I don't think he's
No,
there.
I don't think he's there either. All right. Thanks, Lou. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, so that brought me to my next question. So you guys were not allowed to like touch the ball, like throwing it in, even though I know some positions like goalie are allowed to like touch it with their hands.
Yeah. So the goalie, they had gloves on, their goalie gloves, so they were allowed to touch it with their hands, but nobody else on the field was allowed to touch it.
Oh, so they had to like kick it in like instead of throwing it in.
Yeah.
Mhm. But this year, once again, it's been business as usual for the most part. Just normal soccer, no issues, which has been great.
That's great. And I'm sure it's the same with the boys too, right?
Boys team, same thing. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. I think all outdoor sports, for the most part, there's no restrictions.
Mhm.
Last year, I coached boys lacrosse. Well, this was my last season, but we had a mask mandate up until middle of May, and then sometime middle of May they get rid of the mask mandate for outside athletics. So the rest of the season, no mask, which was nice. So,
Yeah, it seemed like the outside sports,
Yep,
a
seems
lot
like,
of them, they
the
did away
outside's a
with
good thing,
masks.
so
Thank goodness, huh?
hopefully that'll stay the course. So.
So since you're the only senior here, what do you think you have passed down to the underclassmen coming into your final season here?
That's a good question. I think one of my biggest goals throughout the year was really building up the team, and like that the idea that we're a team and we work together and teamwork on the field. And I wanted to make sure, like, my goal as a senior was to make like the 8th graders and the freshmen on the team feel like they were the same that I was, because we're a team at the end of the day. And I think that's something that like I helped teach them, that like it's so important to always include them and make them feel like they're like we're all the same. Like we all play out on the field together. We all warm up the same. We do everything the same. So that was something that was super important to me, just really building the team. And and we're teammates. Like at the end of the day, like we're together and this is our team, and that was a big thing for me. So
Great answer. And it's such a team sport. I mean, you really need the entire team. So when you win, Coach, it is a team win.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's like I mentioned the BR game again. I hate to keep
Mhm.
going back to that game, but the bench was just the bench really. It was like that 12th person on the team on the field. I mean, they just did such a great job. Cheering everyone on, being positive. It was, and then kids that had to come off the bench and play. I mean, they get their 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it was, and they gave 100%, and it was enough time for people to take a break and what have you. So it was, yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. Ironically, with Erin, this is the last of like the legacy, right?
The legacy.
Well, I've been there for 14 years. I coached her
Wow.
cousins, the Crowleys, in soccer, the Levitts in soccer. I had her older brother was a captain for me for 2 years and played soccer for 6 years.
Oh
So
my
it's like-
goodness.
It's
Wow.
crazy how it's all like coming to it goes by quick. We were having this conversation out before we started, so it's really pretty cool to kind of see the whole thing kind of
Yeah, the
laying over
entire
there. Like,
family.
Both of her brothers played soccer from as well too. So it's just funny how it's a really East Bridgewater's a great place, really nice, comfortable small town, and you really get to build some great relationships with people. So
Yeah, a lot of support.
yeah, good stuff without a doubt. And Aaron's done a great job this year.
Any shout outs you want to do to the rest of the team? Oh, who's the rest of the team?
first, I'd like to thank Mr. Silva and Miss Dias for really stepping up and helping us. Like, it meant so much to us that they stepped in and really helped us, and especially like they've helped us huge. Like the games they stepped in, we really started finding our groove as a team. So we're so grateful to them, and just our team in general. Like it was a big adjustment this season in general, kind of getting back into the rules again, and just really sticking through and like remembering like we still have games. We're still a great team. So, but yeah, you guys can show it.
Also, all the other seniors, they've made this this season so much fun, and I feel like our team is so close this year, and the seniors are just so like funny and make the season just so much more fun.
And what are the names of the seniors?
Caroline McCormick, Ari Snellgrove, Delaney Sartwell, Emma Mashad, Carolyn Brown, and Briella Pine.
Wow, that's a lot of seniors. Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna take our last break. So you are listening to WARA 1320 AM for Deep Sports Talk. We will be right back with the East Bridgewater Vikings girls soccer team right after this.
A popular destination, Adria boasts a breathtaking panoramic view of nature in all of its glory in each and every season. Upon visiting their 200-seat restaurant, you will see 3 distinctive areas. The lounge area includes their spacious 26-seat dining bar, high-top tables, and dining tables, all with viewing access to 7 high-definition televisions and 3 Kino monitors. A second area set apart from the lounge offers booths and tables to accommodate every member of the family. The third area, a few steps down and separated from the main restaurant by windows, is known as the Fairway Room. It is surrounded by a wall of windows offering not just a fabulous view, but a feeling of serenity and tranquility. It is a favorite spot for lunch, dinner, and functions. It is perfect for a romantic dinner, a casual family gathering, business meeting, or any large group for that special occasion.
Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We are still here with the girls, ladies, Vikings soccer team.
And Coach?
Yeah, and Coach Bill Silva.
All right. It's great having you guys in studio, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have you back. You're gonna bring in that nice big trophy that Coach, is
I know they can
is
do it.
contemplating here. So, I also want to give a shout out to Franklin's boys soccer coach, Fran. I think it's Basitis. He got his 500th career win the other night. So a shout out to Fran and the coaches, Nick Goldman and Lou Veracci, in Rentham. So great game, I heard, and a great win. And he talked about the program over there, and he's been there for quite a while.
51 seasons. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's a long time.
Yep.
So kudos, 500th win. And I know that our sports master here has a couple more questions for the girls.
Yes, my next question is, what strengths do you believe that you have that make you a great athlete?
Good question.
Are you asking personally or as a team?
Both.
Yeah, we can go with both.
Yeah.
Okay. As a team, I feel we all work super hard. We may not all be the best players, but we all go out on the field and we all work super hard and we work together. So I think that's one of our biggest strengths. Yeah. You guys have anything to add?
I feel like the past few games too, all of us have worked our butts off throughout the games because I think we were just sick of losing a few games and we wanted to win more. So we all worked very, very hard and we got some wins.
I think that we all have been working really hard, and our team chemistry has definitely been helping us play better as a team and just playing together.
Yeah, I think the leadership on the team is very strong. Our captains have included everyone, and I feel like the 8th graders feel very much included, as well as Claire is our only 9th grader. And everyone just feels involved in the team.
Good question.
Yeah. Now my next question is, what's your favorite sport to play, and why? Now it doesn't necessarily have to be soccer.
Don't make me guess that.
I'm not sure. I only do track and soccer, and they're so different. Track is more of a one person thing. You're running for your team, but it's really for yourself because you're running for your time and you're running for yourself. But I love soccer. I love our team. I love playing with a team. I don't know. I would have to say soccer.
I love the image. I would have to say soccer. It's just, I love the feeling I get on the field and, being with a team and, when, the fact, is when we score and everyone runs to each other, it just feels so good. And, those moments is just so special to me. So I definitely have to say soccer.
Mine's also soccer. I've just been playing it my whole life, and I've always loved it. And the team is just so fun to be playing on a team. And, when we score, it's just so much fun, getting in, a big huddle and celebrating.
Mine would have to be basketball because basketball has sort of always been my thing since I was really little, and it's just sort of what I've always loved to do. But I also love playing soccer too, so soccer is really not far behind.
Basketball's my favorite too.
Mine too.
I'm gonna say soccer. Like I said, I coach girls softball.
Right.
I played soccer in high school. I wrestled, played baseball, that kind of stuff. But when soccer's played well, when it's really played well, it's a fun sport to watch. You know, and we're fortunate to have so many talented players. I mean, they work hard, but they're also bring a lot of talent, and it's not by accident. I think it's because all the time they've put in, you know, since the time they were, you know, little kids, and now here they are, you know, adults basically, and they're doing a great job up there, you know. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun the rest of the way. I'm really excited to see what happens.
So am I. I mean, we all are anticipating, you know, like you said, that big trophy.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. My next question is, why are you so passionate about playing sports?
It's just kind of like a hobby. Like, I just love playing it, and I couldn't really imagine my life not playing sports because it keeps me busy, and I just like love it and have so much fun playing it.
I would say sports kind of brings a balance. So, like, no matter what you have going on in your life or going on outside of sports, sports is kind of the escape from all of it. So it brings a nice balance.
Mm-hmm.
I like the challenge and the competing aspects of sports. I'm kind of a competitive person, so you know, being out, especially playing midfield too, like that's a place where you have to really be strong and be competitive. And I think I just like it, you know, just being against somebody, you know, working to win the ball and. Yeah.
Like Sophie said, it's an escape. It's like a relief from going from school all day, and then you just get to see everyone on your team and have fun at practice and games.
Good answers.
Yeah, they're great
Question.
answers. So my final question is there a coach or an athlete you look up to? And if so, who is it?
And why?
Yeah, and why?
I would
Aside
say,
from Coach Bill here.
I look up to my sister as an athlete. She was an amazing track runner, and she also played soccer, and she's playing on a club team up at Fordham in New York. And I would look up to her because she always tried her hardest, and she was a really competitive person herself.
Has she given you any pointers?
Always just try your hardest, and things are meant to be. If they don't work out, then they don't work out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say my brother Matt. He found something he was super passionate about, and you know, he's working really hard towards that goal. So the school aspect, you know, I look up to him that way. And he also plays soccer in school too. And you know, he's just someone who, you know, he has kind of it all. You know, he's working really hard in the classroom, and he's a really great athlete too. So just being able to balance both, you know, he's someone I look up to.
Honestly, just my whole family. We're all really close, and they always showed me, like, if we work hard, or like if I work hard to something, like I'll be able to achieve it if I want to.
I would probably say my sister Sydney because her whole life she's sort of been like that kid on the team who doesn't get all the playing time or anything. But as she got older, she started to get better she played basketball. She started to get better, and her senior season she got hurt. She tore her ACL, and since then she's been working back to it. And now she's playing basketball in college, and she's really just doing what she loves.
Oh, that's great. Coach.
That's an easy one. Tom Travato, he was my high school wrestling coach. Was a young guy who just kind of got into it, and he was just, you know, I think about good and bad things I learned from him, and it's been, you know, along the way, kind of just things that, hey, what would he do in this situation? And I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of great coaches. Actually, if I can, I actually want to give a couple shout outs to our coaches at
Absolutely. That was my next question.
So Pat Horgan, he took over for the boys varsity soccer program. This is his first year. Ironically, I was the varsity coach when he started for the boys, and he was a kind of an intern at the school, student teacher, and he wanted to be a freshman coach, and he coached his way from freshman to JV to varsity. And first year varsity coach making the tournament. The boys look phenomenal this year. You know, second best record of all time they've had. So it's
wow.
You just really.
Do you guys support each other, the boys and the girls? I mean, did they show up at your
game?
games?
Back to their senior night to watch their
game.
game.
No, really? Wow, that's
so,
great.
You know, and then I want to talk about Coach Mack. He's a boys basketball coach now, but was girls. But he also started a volleyball program there and made the tournament for the first time this year in program history. So I mean, it's awesome stuff. Coach Michelle Frew, she's our field hockey coach. If they win today, they're in. Is that the tomorrow? So they need one more win to get in. So in the tournament, which would be great. They haven't really made it in a couple years, so it would be awesome to see them kind of have that success. So it's kind of exciting for all of us to kind of be kind of in it together, you know. And you know, the boys come to support us during our senior night. We do the same for them, you know. So it's a great thing. So
Sounds like you guys have a lot of support. I'm sure your folks and, you know, all your friends and the town, basically, you know, when you win, it's a win. It's a team win. So that's great.
Yeah, so it's pretty much we have to.
Oh, we have to sign off.
Yeah,
Man,
already.
Yeah. So on behalf of all of us here at 4 Deep Sports Talk, we want to wish you all the best of luck, and thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome. Thanks for
Yeah,
having
good
us.
luck.
Thank you for having
Good
us.
luck. We're going to have you back.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. With that being said, with Lucy Cabral, aka the paparazzi, I almost said Sportsmaster, and Justin Farrar, aka the Sportsmaster. I am Catherine Conley, aka KC. We will see you next time on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk show is supported by PTU Clinic. Visit ptuclinic.com. Adria's Restaurant and Banquet Facility of East Bridgewater. For more information, their website is adriasrestaurant.net. And the Boston Athletic Academy at bostonathleticacademy.org.
This has been a presentation of 4 Deep Sports Talk, where high school and youth athletics come first.